Good Saturday night, everybody. It is Gen X Eeks here. Tonight, I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room, and that is that I think Americans need to face some really difficult facts. The first fact is, whether you want to believe it or not, we're at civil war. What's happening right now in this country is civil war. There are factions, diametrically opposed factions. There are those of us who seek to hold up the United States for the words that it was described to be: equality, liberty, fraternity, freedom, justice, nation of laws, things like that. And then there are those of us who are willing to accept that a U.S. citizen can be shot in the face for doing nothing, and the government looks the other way. There's diametrically opposed positions. That's civil war. It's beyond difference of opinion. We're there. J.D. Vance said today that 10,000 more ICE agents are about to go out, be put out on the streets. Something like 22,000 total now will be out in the United States. And he said the Vice President of the United States of America said that they will be going out door to door asking for papers. Now, what doors? I don't know. I don't know exactly where he's talking about. I don't think it really matters, because U.S. law says you cannot do that. The Constitution of the United States of America says that you cannot do that. We're at civil war. And there's a distinction to be made here. There's civil war and there's revolution. Okay? We are not at revolution. There's a festering anger. There's a vitriolic, soul-wrenching anger that's developing because of them that could lead to revolution. But this is not a revolution. We're still in the protest stage, but we are at civil war. There is no talking to that side anymore. There is no reasoning with people who support murderers, pedophiles, people who break the Constitution on a daily basis, who don't respect the laws of the land that they govern. There's no talking to those people anymore, and anyone who supports them. There's no point in it. They are cult members, essentially. They may as well have joined Jim Jones's merry band of assholes in the South America. They're just as fucking bad. And there is no point in trying to reason with them anymore. There is only rebellion. There is only standing up for what's right. And we'll do it through the courts. We'll do it through the voting box. But if that doesn't work, it doesn't leave us a whole hell of a lot of choice, does it? And then that civil war will become something far worse. You can have a civil war without shots being fired. war is a very open term in that way. There are different kinds of wars. Right now, it's a war of words and some violence. It's, smattered in mostly by the Trump administration and people who support him. But that could escalate. And when it does, if it does, there will not be a whole hell of a lot that they can do to stop it. And it will get out of hand very quickly. But here's the problem. This is an all or nothing game for them. Stephen Miller lives on a fucking military base. Why do you think Stephen Miller lives in a military base? Because he's scared shitless of what will happen to him if he doesn't have that security. And that's very telling, because if they lose power, he's scared shitless of what will happen to him. At the least, he'll probably go to prison. You can imagine what the worst will be. We are at civil war, people. I never thought in a million years. I was sitting here watching Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade today. And as they're riding off into the sunset, I was thinking, oh, that's a very American ending to a movie. And then I remembered, I'm ashamed to be American right now. Our allies fucking hate us. Our allies hate us. Don't even talk about the enemies. Our allies hate us right now. Anyway, hold on, guys. It's going to be one hell of a ride.